Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Interesting Chinese Culture. Some time ago, a meme called Becoming Chinese started trending on TikTok, and along with it, a wellness drink became very popular. I do not know if any of you have seen it too, but it is called boiled apple tea. The first time many people hear that name, they probably feel a little surprised. Apples are usually eaten fresh, so why would anyone boil them into a tea? And why did so many people suddenly start making boiled apple tea? What is so special about it that even foreign friends who are used to drinking ice water have started trying it? The method itself looks very simple. It is really just apples and water, with a few common ingredients from the kitchen added in. But it is exactly this kind of drink, something that looks completely ordinary, that suddenly touched on a very familiar part of everyday Chinese life. Friends who know a little about Chinese culture already know that Chinese people are very particular about food. You could say that if you look closely enough at almost any common Chinese dish, people can usually tell you 2 or 3 ways the ingredients are supposed to be good for the body. These everyday fruits and vegetables may not be treated as actual medicine, but in many Chinese families, there is a very common idea that nourishing the body through food is better than relying only on medicine. When someone feels that their throat is uncomfortable, their appetite is poor, their body feels a little cold, or they simply want to feel better, their first reaction is often to go to the kitchen and find a solution there. Boiling some apples, stewing some pears, cooking a pot of porridge, or making a hot cup of ginger and brown sugar water may all sound very ordinary, but these are exactly the kinds of things many Chinese people think of as wellness in everyday life. And boiled apple tea, the wellness recipe that has recently become very popular on TikTok, is really just one representative example. Besides it, there are many other common wellness foods and drinks in everyday Chinese life, such as a cup of honey lemon water in the morning, stewed pear for a sore throat, brown sugar ginger water during a woman's menstrual period, the first bowl of plain congee after surgery, chicken soup after giving birth, snow fungus soup for beauty and skincare, and goji berry water that is considered suitable for men to drink regularly over time. These things are not necessarily expensive, and they are not necessarily complicated, but behind them is a very special Chinese way of understanding the relationship between eating and nourishing the body. So today, let us talk about some of the common wellness foods in everyday Chinese life. And if any of them sound interesting to you, you can also try making them at home. Let us start with boiled apple tea. The version of boiled apple tea that became so popular on TikTok usually uses simple and easy-to-find ingredients such as apples, black tea, red dates, goji berries, and rock sugar. It is boiled for about 10 to 20 minutes, and the result is a fragrant drink that people believe can both support beauty and help warm the body. So why did this boiled apple tea steadily become so popular on TikTok? One reason is that people believe it can help clear the intestines, improve digestion, and support beauty. It fits the mindset of many young people today who want to be healthy but also want something simple and easy to do. Another reason is that the recipe itself is very easy. At the most basic level, you only need apples and water. You can also add things you already have at home, such as red dates, goji berries, or even lemon peel. That makes it very appealing to modern people who want wellness routines that feel efficient and easy to follow. In the colder seasons, the warm smell of boiled apples brings a feeling of warmth and comfort. It is often seen as a kind of comfort food that satisfies the appetite while also warming the body. Many American internet users have also become very interested in the gentle and gradual approach of traditional Chinese wellness ideas, and they feel that this kind of natural method is more comfortable than cold drinks and medicine. In fact, besides boiled apple tea, there are many other very common wellness habits in Chinese culture. So today, let us take a look at them together. The first one I want to talk about is a cup of warm honey lemon water in the morning. This one is even simpler. You just slice some fresh lemon, add a spoonful of honey, and pour in warm water. One thing to remember, never use boiling water, or the good things in the honey will be damaged by the heat. Drink 1 cup on an empty stomach in the morning. It is sweet and slightly sour, and it can wake up your stomach and intestines for the whole day. Its main benefits are adding vitamin C, helping the bowels move more easily, and making the skin look clearer and brighter. It is especially suitable for people who wake up feeling dry in the mouth and throat, or for those who often deal with constipation. Honey and lemon are both traditionally seen as ingredients that help moisten dryness, and together they are especially suitable for spring and autumn, helping to prevent shanghuo. It is especially good for office workers, or for people who wake up in the morning with a dry mouth or a bitter taste. Careful listeners may have already noticed that I just mentioned preventing shanghuo. So what exactly is shanghuo? This is actually a very interesting cross-cultural communication question. In traditional Chinese medicine, shanghuo describes a state in which the body's yin and yang are out of balance and heat rises in the body, but there is no completely equal term for it in everyday Western medicine. You can think of the body as a machine or a car. Shanghuo literally means rising heat. Imagine your body as a car engine. When you eat too much spicy food, stay up late, or get stressed, the engine runs too hot and the cooling system isn't keeping up. That overheating state is shanghuo. It's a functional imbalance in your body. Western medicine might describe it as mild inflammation, a temporary hormonal imbalance, or a stress reaction. For example, the same spicy food that causes your mouth to feel hot could lead to a sore throat, a pimple, or constipation a day later. Chinese medicine calls that pattern shanghuo. You get shanghuo when you do certain things, eating lots of fried food, nuts, or durian, not sleeping enough, feeling anxious. Then you might experience a painful red bump on your tongue or gum, canker sore, a sore or scratchy throat, red, dry eyes, a pimple on your face or back, nosebleeds, or constipation. To lower the heat, Chinese people eat cooling foods like watermelons, pears, mung bean soup, or bitter melon, and avoid hot foods like lamb, chocolate, or deep-fried things. It's similar to how some cultures believe in hot and cold foods for balance. The closest Western practice might be drinking peppermint tea for an upset stomach or honey lemon for a sore throat. Shanghu upper heat isn't a specific disease. It's a body state of excess heat from lifestyle or diet. Think of it as your body's check engine light. It signals minor issues like mouth sores, acne, sore throat, or constipation. You fix it by resting, drinking water, and eating cooling foods. No bacteria or virus involved. It's like your body is telling you, I'm too overheated and inflamed, because of what you ate or how you lived. So you start feeling those small but annoying problems, like a sore throat or a mouth ulcer. Some people, because of work pressure or stress in daily life, get shanghuo very easily. And when the seasons change, many people also find that they get shanghuo and their throat starts to feel uncomfortable. At times like this, many people's first reaction may be to drink more water. But in Chinese wellness habits, this is exactly when people stew pears. To make stewed pear, people usually take a snow pear, remove the core, and fill the middle with rock sugar. If they want to be more particular about it, they may also add some fritillaria bulb, lily bulb, or goji berries. Then put it. It refers to the direction in which it affects the body's internal energy balance after you eat it. From the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine, the foods we eat can be divided into cold, cool, neutral, warm, and hot. In Chinese medicine, every food has a thermal nature, not its actual temperature, but how it affects your body's internal heat balance. Lei is cold-natured, cold property. That means when you eat it, it helps cool down an overheated body. Think of it like aloe vera gel on a sunburn. It soothes heat, reduces inflammation, and calms things down. Foods range on a spectrum. Cold Han gives, cool gives, neutral gives, warm gives, hot re. Cold foods like pear, watermelon, bitter gourd reduce body heat, slow down metabolism, and are good for people with excess heat symptoms, acne, sore throat, dry mouth. Hot foods like lamb, ginger, cinnamon increase body heat, speed up circulation, and help people with cold symptoms, cold hands, feet, low energy. So pear is cold-natured, means eating it pulls your body's thermostat toward the cool side. At this point, some of you may ask, then if I heat the pear up and cook it, does it stop being cold in nature? Important, this cold nature isn't changed by cooking or refrigeration. A cold pear from the fridge is cold-natured. A cooked pear in hot soup is still cold-natured in TCM terms. It's about the food's inherent energy signature, not its actual temperature. However, light cooking can slightly neutralize it, but the core property remains. In Chinese medicine, pear is cold-natured means it has a cooling effect on your body's inner balance. If you're hot, sore throat, acne, dry mouth, it helps. If you're cold, weak digestion, loose stools, it can make you worse. It's not about the fruit's fridge temperature, it's an energetic property, like how mint feels cooling even in hot tea. Now that we have talked about cold-natured foods, we have to mention one drink that almost every Chinese girl has had at some point: brown sugar ginger water. Many foreign friends feel a little confused the first time they hear about it. Why is it that when a Chinese girl is on her period, someone always tells her to drink more hot water, or even brings her a cup of ginger and brown sugar water? In fact, many girls go through things like this during their menstrual period. For example, before, during, or after the period, they may feel a dull ache or even sharp pain in the lower abdomen, as if the inside of the stomach feels cold. After getting chilled, eating raw or cold food, or being exposed to cold wind, the pain often gets worse. They may be especially sensitive to wind and cold, with hands and feet that stay cold all year round and feel even colder during their period. Their lower back and knees may feel cold, sore, and weak, almost as if cold wind is blowing on them. They may also feel tired very easily, have no energy, and always want to sleep. At times like this, a cup of brown sugar ginger water becomes the lifesaver for this special time. The ingredients in brown sugar ginger water are very simple, just 3 things: sliced ginger, brown sugar, and hot water, or you can simmer them over low heat for a few minutes. If you are afraid of the spicy taste, you can also add 2 red dates and cook them together. Its main effects are to drive out cold, warm the uterus, and improve blood circulation. It is especially useful for easing lower abdominal pain during menstruation and for cold hands and feet. It is particularly suitable for women with a colder body type, especially those who feel lazy and chilly every month during those days. From the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine, ginger helps disperse cold and promote sweating, while brown sugar warms the middle and nourishes the blood. Together, they are a very typical example of the idea of warming and opening the flow. In folk tradition, there has long been a saying that a woman should not go 100 days without ginger. So this warm cup of brown sugar water is not only an emotional comfort drink during the menstrual period, but also a small women's wellness remedy passed down from generation to generation, full of everyday life. In traditional Chinese thinking, the menstrual period is seen as a time when the body is relatively weak, so many people pay special attention to keeping warm, and ginger itself has long been understood as something that drives out cold. That is why brown sugar ginger water gradually became a very common drink for many women during their period. In fact, this recipe has been passed down by older generations for a very long time. Folk tradition has always had the saying that a woman should not go 100 days without ginger. Especially after getting caught in the rain or being chilled, a bowl of brown sugar ginger water is considered the simplest way to prevent a cold and warm the body. And here, another common traditional Chinese medicine term appears: warming the womb. Warming the womb is a very common regulating method in traditional Chinese medicine, mainly used for problems caused by cold in the body during menstruation and a cold uterus. The word womb here does not mean the whole abdomen in a general sense. It specifically refers to the uterus, including the whole reproductive system. And warming does not simply mean using a hot water bottle. It means using foods, herbs, moxibustion, and other methods to drive out the cold evil in the uterus and restore its normal function. Warming the womb, Nu Wan Gong, means using food, herbs, or heat therapy to drive out cold from your uterus and pelvic area. Think of your uterus as a small room. When it's cold, the blood flow slows down, periods become painful with clots, and it's hard to get pregnant. Warming the womb is like turning on a heater in that room, melting the ice and letting everything flow smoothly again. And this kind of change can be said to be very helpful for the health of all women. Warming the womb just means using warm foods and heat therapy to fix period problems caused by internal cold, like bad cramps, dark clots, and cold hands and feet. After talking about women, let's move on to another habit that almost all Chinese people understand. What is the first meal a patient should have after surgery? From what I have personally seen, the first thing to eat after surgery in some other countries can be a cup of iced soda. To be honest, for a Chinese person who believes in wellness and in eating warm food, that really feels hard to understand. So what do Chinese people usually eat as their first meal after surgery or after recovering from a serious illness? In most cases, the answer is plain congee. The way to make it is very simple. It is just rice cooked slowly with water until the grains open up and the rice soup becomes thick. Chinese people often say that congee is the best nourishing food in the world, especially this kind of plain congee with no extra seasoning at all. When you drink it warm, it gives the body water and also helps bring strength back. Its biggest advantage is that it is easy to digest and does not put extra pressure on the stomach and intestines. It can quickly provide water and basic energy for people who are weak after surgery and whose digestion has not fully recovered yet. It is especially suitable for patients in recovery, elderly people, or people whose stomach is naturally sensitive. Behind this habit is actually a very simple Chinese idea. When recovering from illness, you first take care of the stomach. In old medical books, rice soup was long called substitute ginseng soup because it was believed to support the body's vital energy and nourish the stomach. It may look plain and tasteless, but after a serious illness, it is one of the steadiest foods and one that causes the least trouble for the body. Many people, after surgery, when their stomach feels uncomfortable, or when they have just recovered from a fever, will often have plain congee as their first meal. The logic behind it is actually very simple. When the body is very weak, Chinese people usually do not immediately eat oily or stimulating food. Instead, they let the body recover slowly first. It may look plain, but rice congee is thought to nourish the stomach, while millet congee is thought to help a weak body recover. It is light and not irritating, so it is especially suitable for patients whose digestive system has not fully recovered yet. Older people also pay attention to something called congee oil, which is the thick layer of rice cream that forms on top after the congee is cooked. They say that this is the most nourishing part, almost like ginseng soup. And here, another common traditional Chinese wellness term appears, baksu. But do not worry, let us keep going first. At this point, some people may wonder, if the patient is already weak, and plain congee does not seem to have much nutrition or energy, then how can it really help the body? This is exactly when another common wellness food appears, and that is chicken soup. In traditional habits, chicken soup is considered especially suitable for mothers who have just given birth. There is a lot of care and attention in the way postpartum women drink chicken soup. Usually, people use chicken, together with medicinal ingredients that are easy to find in Chinese supermarkets, such as red dates, goji berries, astragalus, and angelica root. Then everything is simmered slowly for 2 or 3 hours, until the chicken becomes so tender that the meat falls off the bone and the soup turns golden. When you drink it, it feels both nourishing and blood-building. In traditional Chinese medicine, childbirth is believed to consume a woman's qi and blood, and chicken soup is considered warming in nature, able to warm and nourish qi and blood and help recovery. Do not underestimate this one bowl of chicken soup. In Chinese family life, you could say it holds the highest rank. If your Chinese friend is willing to spend 2 or 3 hours making a bowl of chicken soup for you, then you definitely hold a very important place in that person's heart. According to the available written records, the practice of using chicken soup as nourishment can be traced back as early as the time of Emperor Yao in ancient China, more than 4,000 years ago. And as for clear written records and historical texts, they go back at least to the Han Dynasty, more than 2,000 years ago. Even before the appearance of writing, the nourishing effect of chicken soup had already appeared in legend. The most famous story is about Ping Zhu, who is known as one of the earliest great figures of Chinese wellness culture. He became famous through a bowl of pheasant soup. From this, we can see that a bowl of warm chicken soup carries a very long history, one that brings together Chinese food culture and traditional Chinese medicine. At this point, some of you may be wondering, does Chinese wellness through food only happen when someone is sick or when the body already has some special need? Of course not. So next, let me introduce 2 everyday wellness foods that Chinese people also eat in daily life. The first one is something many people think of as especially good for women's beauty and skincare. It is called snow fungus soup. Snow fungus soup is absolutely one of the strongest inner nourishment desserts in Chinese-style sweets. Snow fungus is also called the poor man's bird's nest because many Chinese people believe it helps with beauty, nourishes the skin, and keeps it soft and hydrated. The most common way to make it is with snow fungus, red dates, lotus seeds, and goji berries, plus some rock sugar, then simmered over low heat for several hours until the whole soup becomes thick and rich with a strong gelatin-like texture. Many women treat it as a beauty dessert that is both affordable and easy to make. Especially in ancient China, expensive bird's nest was not something ordinary people could afford, so snow fungus slowly became a more affordable substitute. Its effects are believed to nourish yin, moisten the lungs, strengthen the spleen, and improve the appetite. If eaten regularly, people say it can make the skin look more hydrated and elastic. People who are a little more particular about wellness will even cook a big pot of it in autumn, adding a few goji berries or longan, and drink 1 bowl in the morning and 1 at night. It is considered especially good for dealing with autumn dryness. Historically, snow fungus was once a nourishing food in the imperial court. Empress Dowager Cixi was especially fond of snow fungus soup, and only later did it slowly enter ordinary households. So what does snow fungus actually look like? You can imagine it as a kind of snow-white, jelly-like mushroom with overlapping petals. Its English names are usually snow fungus, silver ear fungus, or whitewood ear. It looks like a frilly, snow-white cauliflower or a cloud of delicate lace. Think of soft, slippery jelly or a gelatinous loofah. It's prized for its gelatinous texture that turns into a silky, thick soup after slow cooking. This everyday sweet soup, which may look plain and modest, but is believed to help with beauty and skincare, actually has a very long history behind it. The earliest historical records about snow fungus soup can be traced back to the Tang Dynasty, from 618 to 907. Tang Dynasty, around the 8th century, This is one of the earliest written sources showing that snow fungus was used both as food and as medicine. According to records, Tang Dynasty medicine first recorded a recipe that cooked red dates, snow fungus, and rock sugar together into a soup for relieving cough and moistening the lungs. This shows that at least by the Tang Dynasty, the nourishing value of snow fungus had already been discovered and was being used in medicinal food. By the Song Dynasty, a formula called Qingxin Lianzi drink had been included in written records. It was made by simmering snow fungus, lotus seeds, and other ingredients together, and was used to clear the heart, remove dampness, benefit qi, and nourish yin. It can be seen as the earliest officially recognized version of snow fungus and lotus seed soup. By the Qing Dynasty, the value of snow fungus had reached its peak. According to legend, when Empress Dowager Cixi suffered from dysentery, the imperial physician Tang Rongchuan cured her with a bowl of snow fungus soup. From then on, snow fungus became deeply favored by this powerful woman and rose to the rank of an imperial tribute food. In history, snow fungus was long regarded as a precious tonic equal in status to ginseng and deer antler, and it was praised as the crown of fungi. From the 111.Interesting Jing of the Han Dynasty to later medical classics such as the Compendium of Materia Medica in the Ming Dynasty, its effects were recorded again and again. These texts believed that it could nourish yin, moisten the lungs, and beautify and soften the skin. In ancient China, this was something only the royal family could enjoy, almost like truffles today. After talking about a daily dessert that is friendly to women, let's now talk about a drink that is very friendly to men: goji berry water. This one is absolutely classic. Just find the thermos cup of any middle-aged man, open the lid, and there is a very good chance you will see a few bright red goji berries floating inside. The method is unbelievably simple. You just grab a small handful of dried goji berries, pour in boiling water, put the lid on, and let it steep for 5 minutes. Once the berries have absorbed the water and puffed up, it is ready to drink. In traditional Chinese medicine, goji berries are believed to gently nourish both yin and yang, which means they are neither too hot nor too cold, so they are very suitable for long-term drinking. And goji berries also have a funny cultural meme attached to them, which is that famous internet joke: when middle age leaves you no choice, there will be goji berries in your thermos cup. Even though it is a joke online, it also shows that people really do see it as a simple and convenient symbol of wellness. Its main functions are believed to nourish the liver and kidneys, brighten the eyes, and fight fatigue. It is especially friendly for men who stay up late often, stare at screens until their eyes feel dry, or usually feel that their energy just cannot keep up. In fact, goji berries in a thermos cup has long become a famous internet meme, but there is real tradition behind it. In the 111.Interesting Jing, goji berries were already listed as a superior herb, and it says they can strengthen the muscles and bones with long-term use, lighten the body, and delay aging. Some people also add red dates, chrysanthemum, or slices of ginseng. In the past, it was more closely associated with middle-aged men, and people thought it was the standard sign of a wellness uncle, but now more and more young people have joined in as well. And this plain-looking habit of soaking goji berries in water is also a wellness tradition passed down through a very long history. The earliest literary source for the plant we now call goji berry can be traced back to the Yin Shang period, about 3,000 years ago. As for clear written records of goji berry water, they point to the Song Dynasty, about 1,000 years ago. There are explicit historical records showing that during the Song Dynasty, people already soaked goji berries together with tea leaves and drank them this way. This kind of drink even became popular in the Tang Dynasty. So why is it especially recommended that male friends try drinking goji berry water over the long term? Do you still remember a traditional Chinese medicine wellness term I mentioned earlier but did not explain? Tonifying deficiency? What does tonifying deficiency busu mean? Imagine your body as a smartphone. After a long day of use, the battery drops to 20%. That's a deficient state. You feel tired, weak, get sick easily, or recover slowly from exercise. Tonifying deficiency means recharging that battery, restoring your body's energy, immunity, and resilience. It's not about fixing a disease. It's about bringing your body back to a balanced, strong state. For men specifically, a man with deficiency might feel low energy, back pain, or weak stamina. Goji berries, as a tonifying food, help slowly replenish that depleted battery without the crash you get from sugar or coffee. Men drink goji tea to fight deficiency. That's TCM's term for being run down, like your internal battery is low. Low energy, slow recovery from exercise. Goji berries are a gentle, natural recharge. No crash, just steady restoration over time. Think of it as a herbal energy savings account. Modern studies suggest goji berries are rich in antioxidants, such as zeaxanthin and polysaccharides, that support immune function, reduce fatigue, and may improve sperm quality. So the TCM idea of tonifying deficiency actually aligns with some current research. But the TCM explanation came first, over 1,000 years ago. Why is goji berry water recommended for men? In traditional Chinese medicine, goji berries are believed to nourish the liver and kidney systems. But here, kidney doesn't just mean the organ that filters blood. It represents the body's core energy reserve, which includes reproductive health, stamina, and recovery ability. For men, regular goji tea is recommended because it helps with less fatigue and more physical energy, better sleep and stress recovery, support for healthy libido and reproductive function. Think of it as a gentle, long-term tonic, not a quick stimulant like caffeine. You see, these foods and drinks do not involve complicated techniques, and they do not require expensive ingredients either. In fact, there is something very interesting here. Many Chinese wellness foods are not made in any especially complicated way, and they are not rare or costly ingredients. Most of them are simply the most ordinary things in your kitchen, things you can easily find in almost any supermarket around you. From boiled apple tea to goji berry water, these small Chinese wellness habits use very everyday ingredients, and the methods are not complicated either. But behind them is an understanding of the relationship between food and the body that has been built up over thousands of years. Whether it is a warm soup or a light and soothing tea, both are ways of caring for yourself and your family in the most comfortable way, and that is one of the most interesting things about Chinese wellness culture. It does not emphasize high-intensity training, extreme diets, or fast results the way many other health ideas do. It is more like a very slow, very everyday way of taking care of the body. When the weather gets cold, you drink something warming. When the body feels dry, you make something moistening. When you feel tired, you brew something nourishing. In Chinese culture, wellness has never really been a task. It is a daily habit built up over time, a way of learning to have a conversation with your own body. Very often, the best wellness recipe is hidden in the warmth and smoke of everyday meals. So next time you have some free time, you might want to try making a pot yourself and experience the charm of this kind of Chinese comfort food. Alright, that is all for today's interesting Chinese culture. If there is any topic you are interested in, feel free to leave a comment on my blogger. Thank you for listening today, and I will see you in the next episode. Alright, that is everything for today. Thank you for listening to Chinese history and mythology. If you enjoy my show, please follow, like, and share it with the people around you. You are also very welcome to leave a comment on my blog and share topics you are interested in at bonniespodcasthandbook.blogspot.com. I am really looking forward to hearing from you. Alright, that is all for today's Chinese history and mythology. See you next episode.